me in my 6 years and see what I achieve. When you are not happy, when you go to the next election, you will decide what to do. The reason I'm saying this, we have a case study in this country. We know what happened. We wanted the president to go, but we did not know that you're going to affect us. The next thing, we were in refugee camps. Our path to refugee camps is over. We are moving toward prosperity. Let us bear in mind that those little incidences must not take Liberians back to where we came from. Government continues. President Taylor was here, he left, Ellen took it. She left it somewhere, we are taking it. That's why we don't blame any government. We don't say previous government. Government continues. You never had road were not paved here. We felt that, yes, maybe the time for Her Excellency Ellen Johnson was short. We have to take it from there. When we leave here, someone will take it from there. But without peace and stability, no one can take it from nowhere. Yeah, it's a common example and simple one. You are mandated to host or to organize or local elections. Your elections is not the president prerogative. We don't meld into a constitutional matter. They say community elections. You, the community, have to get together to make sure that the election is free and fair. Because you know, Liberians, they're quick to say, oh, because the president is there, that why that person win. When you will learn to do things on your own. Why are we complaining every day? When you will learn to do something on your own. There's a community election, you said twice. You suspended it for what? For leadership, for power? Why you people, most especially Gibraltarians, why don't you take my example? And all Liberians, why don't you take my example? And you may overlook my behavior, but it can help you in the future. Remember, I launched my revolution in 2005. 2005, I came here as the standard bearer of the Congress for Democratic Change. We went to elections
against Liberia. Liberia's Information Minister Louis Brown says the lifting of the sanctions should inspire confidence that Liberia is a country open and ready for development. In a letter to the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives and the President of the Senate, President Barack Obama said Liberia has made advances to promote democracy and the orderly development of its political, administrative, and economic institutions. Obama cited Liberia's 2 consecutive democratic elections, the conviction of former President Charles Taylor, and what he called the diminished ability of those connected to Taylor to undermine Liberia's progress, as well as the lifting of UN assets freeze on Liberia. Now, Liberia's Vice President Joseph Boakai was in Washington this week, where he signed a multi-million-dollar compact. In an in-depth interview with VOA's James Buddy, he talked about the significance of the compact and a host of other issues. VOA's Zoe Ludaki reports.
Vice President Joseph Boakai was part of the delegation that signed a $257 million Millennium Challenge Corporation compact at the U.S. State Department. He said part of the money will be used on infrastructure projects such as electricity and roads, which is key to Liberia's development. He added that the compact is very significant because it is also about
governance. And it does underscore the fact that we are trying to do our best to put the right institutions into place.
Critics, however, express doubts that this will solve Liberia's electricity problem that has persisted for decades. Mr. Boakai argues that Liberia's problem did not just start 10 years ago.
We inherited that problem, and it's not that we are not doing anything about it. Just about the time the hydro project was to commence, that's when the Ebola fell, and everybody left the country. There are other facilities put into place, like the HFO machines that are put into place that will be able to provide more than 40 megawatts of electricity. So electricity is on the go.
As Liberia enters a post-Ebola era, Mr. Boakai says care centers are in place to monitor people recovering from the deadly virus.
We are putting into place the infrastructure necessary to contain.
And thank you guys so much for joining me here this evening. We are back here. We are here again with another beautiful conversation on this platform. So please share the video. We are broadcasting on YouTube. If you are dead, if you're listening or if you subscribe to us, let me see. It just came to me here when I went on there. Yes, as you can see here, this is the YouTube right here. All right, if you look on my phone here, let me see what I'm not going to show you guys something else here. But if you look right here, you're going to see the YouTube right there. All right, so when you subscribe to YouTube, once I go live, you'll be able to get that. So I want to encourage every one of you guys to do the same. All right, do the same thing. When you subscribe to YouTube, you're going to get it. So as you can see, I just blew it off for you guys there. It's right there. You can see it there. So I subscribe to YouTube. The moment I hit that, once I go live, you will be able to get that broadcast, and then you'll be able to have that conversation. So let's continue to listen to Boakai here for now. All right, I will be right back. Let's continue to listen to Boakai here. I will be right back. All right, so let's get Boakai back on here again and listen to Joe Boakai here. I'm just going to turn this.
The situation, and also to make sure that Liberians do not go through this, not just for Ebola, but epidemic in general. So the basic infrastructure for the prevention and also the immediate arrest of Ebola and the recoveries, that's what we're doing now.
Boakai stresses that the investment climate in Liberia is gradually starting to recover as the country enters this post-Ebola period.
Liberia had a sizable investment in the country pre to Ebola. Since then, we've seen a lot of these investors coming back in the agriculture sector, the oil palm industry, and the activities have recommenced, and I am aware that in the agriculture and the mining sector, things are going on.
Over there. Let's try to hold Joe Boakai over there. Listen, gentlemen, you are listening to Joe Boakai. This was back in 2015, 16, yes, around there, when the Ebola was just leaving the shore of Africa. He came to the United States to secure some big money on behalf of the Boakai and Eddie administration. You listen to Joe Boakai here having an inclusive conversation where he's telling you and using the pronoun, we did this, we did that, we did this, we did that. Now, when you listen to Joseph Boakai yesterday on our interview, he tried to distinguish himself from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, which is not really making sense at all. So that's Joe Boakai there for you guys. All right, that is Joe Boakai for you guys there. Let me see. Am I making? And then let me see here. Yeah, you guys should be able to hear me, right? Can you guys hear me there? For you guys. Yeah, you guys can hear me. Okay. Joe Boakai for you guys there. Let me see. Am I making? So I see my man Atlanta King here. So guys, when you look at Joe Boakai here right now, I want you to take a good look at Joe Boakai. You see how decent looking Joe Boakai looks. Now let's go back in time and bring another photo of Joe Boakai here, all right? So let's go back in time and bring another photo of Joseph Boakai here so that you can see the difference here, all right? So let me bring in the one from yesterday so that you guys can see the Boakai of yesterday, all right? So let's bring in the Boakai of yesterday. So we're just going to compare and contrast the image.
Especially at the radio station, to speak to the Liberian people is very much important.
So this is Joseph Boakai here. Okay.
Never stop.
This is Joseph Boakai of today. When you look at this face here, and when you go back and look at the other face of Joseph Boakai, you will see not a sharp but a very big contrast.
And that's the Western African country.
A very big contrast
We inherited
between the picture you just saw, and this is Joseph Boakai almost, I would say, 18 years ago. And the one we just show you is the Joseph Boakai. But what I want you guys to understand here today, Joseph Boakai is not telling you guys the truth. We're going to listen to Joseph Boakai, all right? But before we do that, what I would like to say here tonight, let me just take myself off. Let me remove Joe Boakai from here so that we can have a beautiful conversation here, all right? Now, of lately, many platforms, many Liberians, both locally and internationally, if you have not realized that the Liberians in the diaspora, they really don't care about what's happening back in the country. They don't care. They do not care. You know why they don't care? Because the white man is the best. Let me repeat myself again. You know why many Liberians don't care about the issue in the country? Because the white man is the best. There are many black people on the face of the planet that look up to the white man, if not for everything, but most of the things. What am I saying this? We are in an election season. This is the time that somebody want to be in office for 6 years. This is the time that somebody want to be in office for 9 years. This is the time that somebody want to take office again. And you have different platforms trying to remind Liberians. But the recent relationship drama, you know who dominating the conversation? The Liberians that are in America here. Do you think they care to listen to what happened over there? No. Why do you think they don't care? Because the white man is their breadwinner. That's why they don't leave the white man country. If the people were back home, understanding the hardship that people going through, they will not be on relationship issue. Do you think the people in River G, do you think the people in Bapolu, do you think the people, some of them in Mosurado County, really care about what this relationship Wulabaru is going about? No. They want to hear from you. But you see, most of the Liberians in America, they are a proof to the white man that we cannot live without the white man. So whatever happening in our country today, they don't care. But I tell you right now, if any law comes from Congress and say, you know what, all the Liberians will be going back home, including myself. And then one person come and say, we got the news, what's going to happen? You respond, every Liberian will be listening to that platform because they want to know where their faith lies. We are from a country, we are a generation of people that don't concern about the matter that matter the most to us. The moment you leave that country, you come here, Liberia on its own. You have no thing to discuss. So these are things that I am gathering from our people. Most of the people in America, in Europe, that live in the women country, they don't care about what happened in the country. We are in election season. We got less than a month and a half. You find thousands and thousands of Liberians listening to something else because they don't live in that country. They want to go there for pleasure and come right back. They lay 2 cent job they're doing here, and long the women continue to be constant, whether they're cleaning poo-poo, whether they're wiping the floor, whether they're mopping the floor, or sitting in a decent office, or living in a good home. They're comfortable. They don't care. So what you think will happen? The lawmakers who will go in there when they get to power, then they start to mess things up. Then when the other relationship hula baloo sees them, then they say, oh, the president, the people serving the country, the people serving the country. But this is the time that they're supposed to really be on top of the issue, discussing it, listening, adding their voices. But they don't care. The white man will always be better than the black man. I don't care you can get vexed with me or not. I would say the white man is always and will be better than the black man. Because what? We're proving it all the time. You think if this was a white man country where election is being held, you think the white man will forget about election time and go listen to some type of relationship issue? No. The white man will say, this is the time that we need to look at things now and change things around. Because why? We got 6 years to go. We got 9 years to go. We're not going to waste our time on other things here. That's how the white man thinks. You can say, you can disagree with me all you want. You know, I will tell you, pack your load and go back to Liberia tomorrow. I fold my hand like this. Pack your load and go live there. You can go there to live. You can do that. You can disagree with me all you want. You can go back to that country to live. Because the little joy you're doing here, you'll not be able to do it over there because it's not there for you. So when I tell you that the white man is better than the black man, don't disagree with me, Liberians. You can go there to go live. The US dollar you playing way around, the car you driving, you'll not be able to afford to do it over there. You know what I'm saying is true. But to be honest with every one of you, we got an election that is coming out. And if we allow other things to make us to forget about the issue, we are looking at 9 years, 6 years, that the people in our country that don't have the opportunity like you might likely go through because you are not helping to make them to pay attention. You are derailing their mind from other things. We can't live like that, folks. Whether you live in Australia, that's a white man country. Whether you live in America, that's a white man country. You live in Germany, that's a white man country. You live in Canada, it's a white man country. You feel comfortable. You don't get down to tell the people or listen to things that are happening in the country. Am I lying here? How many of us right now can discuss the issue in the country right now? How many understand how to explain this relationship that's going on here, the relationship crisis, then be able to explain the issue in the country that is really bothering our people? How many of us can do that now? All the thousands of people that are watching, how many of them are able to understand the issue? To sit across the table and say, you know what? Look at how much I spend every year. Look at how much I spend for 6 years. Look at how much I spend for 12 years on an Ellen, 6 years on a weir, sending money to my family. So what can I do to help my people challenge the government that coming up or the people that are running? What can I do? They're not interested. The white man will always win. The child that is in the man's stomach today in Liberia, when that child comes from the man's stomach, you got to know that somewhere called America, they're ready to lead that country. Because they're going to tell their parents, the white man is better than you, the white man is better than you, I'm going to that country. Because you know what? The left that you will not give me here, that the government will not give me here, the white man will give it to me. So they always win. They are the best. Without them, we cannot be who we are. So when we're in a country, whatever happens in our country, we don't care. We don't care. They gave us what we want. So whatever they do to us here, we should accept it because we are not ready to change. And I'm speaking directly to Liberians. Directly to Liberians. Because there are some people, and you know, there are some people from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Kenya, or other African on our continent. When it comes to the country election, they don't joke. They don't joke. Because they know their lives are risks. They do not joke. But when it comes to the Liberian man, to choose from their own country, to see how they can build their country to be a better place, and look at the white man land and enjoy, they would rather stay in the white man land, allow their country to sink, and all they do when they sink is finally settle down. Then they fly, they go to their country and go spend some time. Hey guys, I'm here. Hey guys, I'm here. How you doing? By the time the money running up, then they get by, they come by here again. They kind of regenerate again. They go back. that have been happening since 1847 up to today, August 23rd, 2023. That's how we've been. And that's how we'll be from now to Judgment Day. We are not able to understand our own problems. That's who we are. That's who we are. There's no doubt about that. This is the reality. This is the reality. Right after here again, when the election over, you found Liberian coming by again crying here. Oh, the government, the people in our country are suffering. But you're sitting down here, the time for you to sit down and see what has happened over the years and help our people to understand. You hear merrymaking, you hear getting into things that don't even make any sense to you. I wish Liberians were discussing the issue on different platforms as they see it in the country. One time you flip to one channel, they put talking about the healthcare. Look, you see the healthcare in the country. I mean, women are pregnant; they don't even have no care, and children are not seeing the doctor frequently. Government officials not providing this, or the company in the country not providing this. If you start flipping a different channel and people are talking about the issue in the country, do you know how informed Liberians will be? They know. The women doing it for us, so what do we care? I can sit down here and watch Jerry Randy. I get tired, I go to another channel again, start watching things. Who cares? The white man better than you from Liberia. They know you are still here. They know that. They know you can't go to your country, Liberia. Because they know you're weak. You depend on them for everything. They know. They don't do that thing to the Ghanaian people. They don't do that thing to the Nigerians. They don't do that thing to the people from Kenya. They don't do everything from South Africa. People go back to the country back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Why? Because some of the African countries even got their embassy in America, in Europe, where they go and vote. Yes, some African country, they vote, especially the Ivorians. I remember one of my friends, when, how do you call it, what they got her name right now, Ouattara was in the election, one of my buddy, he was not in Africa working there. He left from Philadelphia and went to Washington, D.C. to vote. But we don't do it here. So what effort are we making right now? We are the least that look up to the white man for every damn thing, including bubble gum. That's how we look at it. But when something happens, then everybody want to be inside. Somebody domestic affair, everybody want to be inside. Yeah, your own problem in your country that been existing for 100 and Joe Boakai said for 196 years. Not me, that Joe Boakai. Joe Boakai said we've been having problem for 196 years. Your own problem. You're not even discussing it. You're not even discussing it. Because you sit down in the white man land. Yeah. Whether you know bull, you know bull. Remind me of my girl then. Whether you know bull, you know bull. You in America here, you enjoy it. Because America can give you everything. A weak-minded country of people, or people who are not motivated, they come to a man country who, when you even drink or people cleaning job, you get good money. You drink sweeping job, you get good money. You mapping the food, you get good money. That is an opportunity for many Liberians. Yes. I don't have to go to school. Yeah, I don't have to go to school. I can get a job, clean the person, I get good money. What about Liberia? I don't even care what happens in Liberia. Why? No. But some of the Ghanaians will say, you know what? I will come here, I will clean poo-poo, but I have to build myself up because I want to have a better country. But we feel so complacent here as Liberians. So I just look at all the things, I look at the social experiment. We call that thing social experiment. You see everybody there on the different platform. They didn't build that platform for that. They build that platform to exchange ideas and become better. But we Liberians, we always do things a different way. That's how we do things. So when will we be better? We in the election year. People complain about Ellen for 12 years. People complain about we are for 12 years. You got few days to election. And then people have just totally forgot that we got some big decision to make. People who you've been sending money to in our country and telling them things have been hard on you. You are in an election season. Instead of the platform, focus on the issue, discussing about health, education, security. They have completely forgot. Can't go sit down on the different platform and just look at people and say, yes. And also that the Indians can look at God and say, look, God, I mean, the people from the country, what were you thinking about? You say, I don't even know, my brother. I don't even know. I know when I look at Jesus Christ, I say, I don't even know about the people. And you know, the people, the other people on the continent of Africa, I think God just should just pick up us and just spread all like a seed. We are all Liberian, but Liberian are the people that don't have no country but live in the white man's land. How's about that for a definition of us? You got an important election coming up. And then you're talking about two people relationship or a triangular relationship. And you get diversity in the mind. By the time one person comes and say, oh, I got some kind of way back picture. Everybody running there. Your kind of picture, yeah. Your kind of picture, yeah. How do the people look at her person? But people, where are the people from? Where are the people from? I mean, they had nothing to do. You're giving the people free money. You're giving them free money. Every time you spend on Facebook, you are giving Facebook money. One more about you supporting somebody. You're giving that person more money. But because people are so ignorant. People are so ignorant. People are so ignorant. That's why you don't understand this thing. I listened to that girl yesterday. She said, I need 5,000 people. You know how much she's getting out of you guys? More money. More popularity. There will be a lot of advertisement coming on her page. She'll start getting rich better than some of you guys. She got nobody in Liberia to waste. You think that thing can happen in the Indian community? No, Indian men too smart. You think that thing can happen in the Chinese men community? No, the Chinese men too smart. Do you think that thing can happen in the African from Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Somalia, including South Africa? No, because they're too smart. This country look at what we call e-commerce, social media commerce. They're not going to promote somebody by sitting down on their platform. No. They will say, why don't you come here? Why don't you come here? But that is the illiteracy. You see, anything you don't know, you are illiterate to it. When computer first started, they used to go for class, or they used to offer class they call computer literacy. You leave from illiteracy to be literate. We are still living through the age and era of social media illiteracy. Until we get and graduate from that, which I believe will take a while, but by then, the people will be better off who are using you guys. They will be well off. That time it will be too late for some of you guys. Too many entertainment is showing to the world that we are not serious. We are not serious. The funny guy here from Nigeria, he always look for funny thing to happen to Liberia, then he ready to come and publish it. Because the guy from Nigeria just feel that Liberia is just another country that anytime nonsense is waiting to happen, they're waiting to broadcast it. When like what's all that guy making fun of the country that or Rwanda, South Africa? No, he don't go around the country. When I see him going to Kenya making fun of that, he don't go to the country there because they know what their minds are made up. Those guys are very serious. And you know, there are 52 countries on the continent of Africa. How often do you see that guy from Nigeria who can say, my people, Africa Day, Africa Day? When I ever saw him talking about Morocco, Algeria, Egypt, you ever see him talking about it? No. Because he know the guys in our country are well measured. But he know the country that are always fucked up. So that when he comes, he can just get in there and do it. You need to get your act together. The current generation, the post-war generation, you guys are nothing but a bunch of embarrassment to us. I'm telling you now. You guys are embarrassment. We can have a conversation out there to defend some of you guys. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. There's nothing we're doing to please people around here. Nothing. Only we are always in the news for the worst reason. For the worst reason. And the thing I can get the people say they call themselves celebrity. Celebrity for what? Celebrity for what kind of celebrity do we have in our country? I mean, by Liberia definition, right? I got it. My bad. I take it back. By Liberia definition, we got celebrity. But not the celebrity standard. Like how you got 2 + 2 = 4. And that means for everywhere you go, mathematically 2 + 2 = 4. In Liberia, no, they tell you 3 + 2 = 4. You got to have to set it part of standard. There is no measure against that standard. That's who we are. So I get it. When Liberia says celebrity, that's fine. They got their own, Liberia got their own definition of doing things. Most of the things that we do is based on written rules. So that's what we are. So I don't mean to rant on you guys too much, but I just want to let you guys know that there's something called social experiment. Social experiment look at the interaction of individuals on Facebook, what they like and what they don't like. And the marketing aspect on social media will focus on what the people like because they see them as well as the bees that they draw to get money from. So that's why they do to some of you guys. That's why you guys don't understand these things. And you know, so you guys don't understand these things. But that's why it is. And you know, they got more people who are social media illiterate than people who are social media literate. So which side do you fall on? Which side do you fall on? So think about that, folks. I'm not saying you shouldn't go on your platform, but I'm just letting you know that you know these things are, you guys are already wasting your time. So let's get back here to the issue here. All right. Another thing I would like to say on the J Randy view here again, is this: I don't believe in no Liberian church. I'm telling you that. I think I said it so many times here, right? I don't believe no pastor who belong to a Liberian church or is a Liberian but a pastor. I don't believe no Liberian bishop. I don't believe no Liberian evangelist. I don't believe no Liberian gospel artist. I don't believe none of those crap. There's nothing that has to do with Christianity from Liberia that I have confidence in. Trust me. Nothing. 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 You can be a pastor, you can be a gospel artist. The day you find me in any Liberian church, be dumber in my butt. I don't trust none of these guys. From the day 1989 walked in and broke that country down, it was the day that everything in that country went upside down. So if I ever enter Liberia, I'm not going to nobody's church. Nobody going to pray on me. Nobody going to do it. I used to tell you guys that I don't believe in Liberian people churches, whether they're here or not, right? And you see some of the reality coming to true now, right? People who go around and sing gospel songs. You see what happening now? Look, I'm not a prophet and I never will intend to be one. But what I do understand is the behavior of people. That is my own intuition from being a regular guy on the face of the planet. I see things, I study it. I can tell from the past, look at the present, and predict the future. Since the end of our war, the generation that came back, these guys are doing anything to hustle. If you can see me there, Zana coming can go and wear a gown and go stand before your people. What else somebody cannot do in that time? They will pick up the Bible, but remember, they don't live in the Bible. People who preach the Bible, people who sing the gospel of the Bible or use Bible verses to make song, they are using this thing, but they don't live inside. You got to tell the difference about people who live inside than people who just using it. You understand? You can sit in a bus and ride a bus, but you're not the driver. You got to be able to differentiate the two. And that's what I see today in Liberia. Many pastors of churches and others, these people don't live in the things of the Bible or in the things of God. They're only using it for their own benefit. So I look at these guys and say, I don't trust these guys. So no offense, but I cannot go to any Liberian church in America here, in Europe. One of my men, Yango, is listening here. If Yango ever invite me to go visit Australia, if I stop by in Australia or wherever you are, what part of state you are, if I come to visit, don't come in near Liberian people church. No. I'm a vampire. I don't like Liberian people church because they are fake. Whether they here or back home, they are fake. I will never, I'm using the word never, let me say this. I will never enter any Liberian church until I come back here one day and tell you guys, I think the church is correct. These guys are not only corrupt, they are religiously polluted with the wrong behavior of things. Yes, that's who they are. So I don't trust nobody. You're a gospel artist. You're a religious guy. You can wear all the guns. You can wear everything. You can touch people. You're not going to put your hand on me. You're not going to come to my heart to do nothing. I don't trust them at all. And I will encourage you to watch them carefully before you trust them. Liberians, they are not in the things of God. They are only using the things of God for their own benefit. That's why that country is like that from day one up to day whatever it is. All right? So that's where we are. Let's make progress here. All right? So please never ever invite me to any activity that have to do with church, pastor, anything. No. I stop by to your hall. When you stand there, you say, oh, let us pray. I'll tell you, I'm going to use the Bible and come back. I don't want to be in that kind of demonic prayer. People who are praying over you, you don't know what they do with their hands. They don't know what they do with their feet. I don't want that kind of sin to come around me. I don't trust them. I'd rather go somewhere, you say, close your eye and pray for yourself. I close my eye, pray for myself, open my eye. That's how we do. But if I go to any guy and say, let us pray, I go straight outside. If when I get to the door, I say, your friend praying? No. Or when you're praying, then 5 minutes, okay, let me go spin around small and go come back. I don't trust Liberian people. There are no religious people in our country, even outside the country here. They are all fake people. All right? They are fake people. There's no good pastor. There's no good reverend. There are no good church. All the churches you see over those are just skeleton of people in there that are not carrying out the things of God. There are more sin in the church than even outside of the church. I'm telling you right now. There are more sinful activities taking place in all the Liberian churches. But I would say all. This one I'm not killing. I would say all the churches in Liberia. 99.9% of the churches in Liberia, whether that structure, that zinc hall, that mud house, plantage house, they are all not serving God. They are all fake people. They are all fake people. Yes, they are all fake people. Don't trust them. Any church that is headed by a Liberian man, whether that in America or that in Europe, do not waste your time. Don't let them pray for you. Don't let them touch you. Don't even bring them to your house. I don't bring them in. I bring different people to my house who will come and pray, but not Liberian people. No. No. So that's what we are, folks. All right? So let's get back to our topic of the day. So today, we are going to tell you that Joseph Boakai has no message for the people of Liberia. Joseph Boakai has no message for the people of Liberia. Let's get into reality here, folks. But before we do, folks, let me just bring something on here and show you guys quickly here, all right? So, whenever I am not on, you are liberty to check me out here. This is our platform here, the J. Randy Show, all right? So, if you have not done so, we are kindly asking you, all right, to please subscribe to our page here. It's all about your own education. All right? It's all about your own education. To help yourself, to enlighten your mind. America is a country of opportunity. You can do whatever you want to do, you get paid. There are other platforms that wouldn't fill your mind with junks. On here, we try hard to help you understand, to make an informed decision, to have better conversation. We are not in the majority. Those who are even in the majority, for example, let me ask you guys a question. I'm going to look at my phone here today, right now. There's a guy they call Stanton Witherspoon. Stanton Witherspoon, as I learned, is going to quote tomorrow. This is a man who said God can bless you, right? When you use the name of God, it means that you got to be very transparent and very honest with people, right? The guy they call Stanton Witherspoon, he's supposed to be going to quote tomorrow. Those of you who have that open mind to listen to the different platforms, did he tell you guys today that he's going to quote tomorrow? Let me look at the answer here. Did Stanton Witherspoon tell you guys that he's going to quote tomorrow? For the fake documentation that he's been providing to people here. He always say God can bless you. Did he tell you guys that he's going to quote tomorrow? I want to see answer. I'm looking at the phone right here, folks. I want to see answer. Let me just come. In fact, let me come on the other side here so I can see. Let me look at comment here right now. People are making comment here so you can see it. Did he tell you guys that he's going to quote? All right. Did he tell you guys that he's going to quote? Somebody said Mr. Gilmore already covered it. What Mr. Gilmore covered? Mr. Gilmore is that guy who probably ain't covering other people's problem. A big yeah. Ansu, don't talk about Gilmore baby, baby. Ansu, but my brother, don't talk about Gilmore baby. Gilmore guy who problem too. Let me tell you right now. All right, Gilmore that fucked up man. Let me tell you right now. Gilmore already covered it. Gilmore, go tell Gilmore he fucked up. Let me tell you. All right, Gilmore that fucked up man. Ansu, let me tell you right now. He got his own problem too. All right, Gilmore that fucked up man. Let me tell you right now. All right? No offense to you, Ansu. I love you. But that guy they call Gilmore, no, that guy not correct. Let me tell you right now. That guy not correct. He not correct at all. He in no position to talk about Stanton Witherspoon right now. Let me tell you now, Ansu. I don't want to open up on that man. But Gilmore not correct. He's not correct. Take the video to your character. He's not correct. All right? But anyway, thank you. All right, Ansu. Ansu said, no, that's true. All right? Ansu said, no, that's true. And then Pamela said, no, that's... Yeah, he did. So let's come back to that here, right? Let's come back to that here. Let me open up. Let me say a few things here. So this is a man. I see my boy here laugh here. This is a man here, all right? This is a man who they call Stanton Witherspoon, right? Stanton Witherspoon will always come and want to criticize the government of Liberia, including the president. But the president of Liberia has never been indicted on anything. But he, Stanton Witherspoon, has been indicted. And some people still go and sit down to that guy over there. You know one thing I love about America? When I often tell you guys that I don't live in the Liberia, America, I live in the United States of America. You know why Stanton don't want to use the United States of America way of doing things to tell Liberian people? Because Stanton understand that the people who are Liberians that live in the United States of Liberia in America, they don't understand how things work, that you don't have a good character. So Stanton know that many Liberians don't even understand the negativity that he has because they don't understand how the system works. So he is not under any obligation to come and tell you that he going to court. But he will tell his wife friends in the community if he got one, oh, I will go to court today. But he doesn't feel the pressure to tell our Liberian brothers and sisters because he know that these guys are good for nothing people. They don't analyze anything. In fact, we tell them what they want to hear. We tell them what to do. So I will decide not to give them any information. But when you live in the United States of America as a Liberian, you will understand what I'm telling you. Stanton is going to court. He should be able to come and tell you guys, look guys, please pray for me. I'm going to court tomorrow and XYZ going to happen. Why? Because Stanton will come here and say George Weah is this, the other person is that, and he being transparent. Yeah, he say he want to do the things of God, right? To be transparent. But what about himself? What the Bible say about somebody talking to somebody else? Take the spot from your eyes. Like brother man say, take the coal from your eye before you tell somebody to go in their eye. He got all the coal all around his two eyeballs, but he want to take coal from other people's eyes. And then this is where I will come in now and say, you know what? You got coal in your eye now. Go tell the people you got coal in your eye. No, Jaren, I can't do that. That's who he is. So you guys are just only you guys spell and they just give you guys wrong information. But I just decided to ask that question, all right? And thank God that many of you guys, he did not tell you guys that he's not going to court, all right? So that's why it is. So you guys are listening to people who just want to tell you what they want you to know. What now you guys need to understand. Y'all got to be able to differentiate the two. God let Stanton Witherspoon will just tell you what he wants you to know, but not what you need to understand. The fact that he's supposed to be going to court tomorrow, he's not coming out to tell you, say, yes, Jay ready, I'm going to court. All right? I'm going to court. Yes, I'm going to court. Let me say hi there to my brother Ulysses Dennis. Thank you so much. Please share the video. That's why it is. So you are dealing with people who are very dishonest with you. They are not honest with you. So what make you think that who they're talking for today, they're trying to push before you? What make you think they care for you? They don't care for you. They're just trying to use you out there. All right? So that's a Stanton Witherspoon there for you. Whatever happened in that code there, he will not tell you. Maybe when the people say he's going to jail, he will tell you, say, oh, Jeremy, I'm going to go study for 2 years, I will not come back. Or I'm going to go study for 1 year, I will not come back. You will not see me no more again. Maybe that's why he will come and tell the people, and the people will listen to him. My man Stanton say he's going to go study for 2 years, I may not come back again. Who each out? What the other men down there? How much lie can be told that you will not be able to catch up with it? That's why it is. So he need to be telling you the truth, all right? So you can be on the show, the man there denigrating other people, and he not there talking to yourself. You see the reason why I say I don't believe in the Liberian Poor churches? All right? You see the reason why I don't believe in the Liberian Poor churches? Because the Bible says, yes, you know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The man come and tell you, say, God can bless you. Then he exposing the government or other things then, according to him now. That's fine, right? But what about himself? What about himself? And what about himself? Liberian always say, he who preach equity should come with clean hands. How clean is his hands? People sit down there and watching and listen to it all the time, right? Right? Somebody say, hey, Randy, who have the message of hope and restoration for the Republic of Liberia? You just coming to join me, my brother. You need to go by you need to go read everything that I had done. All right? I had a question, Wotobi. I'll just call you A-Tape. A-Tape, very good question. We are answering that question here. It's a very good question you ask, but just listen to us, and then you will tag along with us, okay? So let's get into the conversation, or let me go back to where we were before, and then we'll be able to finish up. So again, guys, let me do this here. All right? Something pop up on my screen here. What the hell is this? Oh, okay, I see that. So let me do this here quickly here. All right, so let me just do this and blow the screen also you guys can see it right here, right? So let me just do this here quickly here so we can get into Boakai here. All right, so I would like to bring this thing down so that I can show you. All right, let's do this here. Voila. Okay, so guys, if you're just joining me here for the first time and you want to follow our show, here is how you can find me on Facebook. Yes, this is how you can find me here, folks. All right, so here, wait, hold on, let me do something here. I think I really need to remove myself. Let me remove myself here. All right, or let me just pair it side by side. Yeah, let me just pair it side by side here. All right. In fact, I'll just remove myself for now. Let me just remove myself quickly. Yes. Let me remove. I'm on the B screen here. And then now we are going to look into Joe Boyka. All right. So let's set the basic here right now. This election is about the issue in the country. The issue that are haunted generation to generation that we have been unable to solve. We find ourselves in what we describe today as modern politics. That's where we are today. Modern politics. And in our modern politics, we are very careful because we want to make sure that politicians who want to be president or politicians who want to be a lawmaker, whether a representative or a senator, they must be able to discuss the issue. They should be able to identify the issue because every election, there are three things that every political candidate, incumbent, aspirant, and the people need to understand. One, there will always be a problem. And anyone who wants to be whatever you are in terms of getting elected, you must be able to identify that problem. The next thing in line after the problem is the solution. What solution do you have in place based on what the situation is or are for you to begin to solve that problem? Solving that problem means you're going to help the community and the people and the country to begin to solve that problems. It happened in America here. There are times the rate of unemployment get high. People go on unemployment line. Thank God for the kind of goodness in this country. But others will kind of say, you know what, we got to reduce the unemployment and increase the employment. So when the unemployment rate is high, that's a problem. But the people who will come to fix that unemployment problem to get you back to job, they are solving the problem. Then the third thing is the direction. So whether it's the problem in the educational sector, in the health, the economy, everyone who wants to be elected should be able to tell you. Representatives should be able to tell you, look, when I get in there, I'm going to make sure that we fight for this community to get you guys job in here to work. Every one of them who want to get elected, they have to tell you what they're going to be doing. So you need to be asking them about the problem. Every community got the same problem all over, except for some that got more. Every community got health issue. Every community got problem with education. Every community got problem with roads. So they should be able to identify this problem, fellow Liberians. They should be able to identify this problem. All right? So with that being said, let's get to Joe Boakai here. So Joe Boakai went to some place today. All right? But before we do that, I want you to listen to this guy. Okay? So Darius Dillon is about to speak, and this guy is so embarrassing and very, very disgraceful. Yes, he is very, very disgraceful. So let's listen to Darius Dillon here, and I'll tell you why I'm saying what I can say.
Amanda!
Camera is not even focused up there.
Thank you. Yo, coming with Joe.
Okay, now this guy they call Darius Dillon here. He been senator now for quite a while. But if I ask you right now, what report has Darius Dillon generated? What is Darius Dillon's focus? Why did he decide to run for office of the Senate? What are the things that he saw in the county that he's supposed to be fighting for? Mosorado is one of the #1 county in the country with, I believe, the highest population and highest district. And as senator, he is in charge of almost all the issues along with the other senator in person of Sir Joseph. As a senator, when you take office, there are things that the counties suffer from. Those of you that listen to me in America here, just how we live here, I want you to go to Google and type in your state senator name and look on the state senator area he calls services, or look at the different issue tab by tab and see what that senator is doing for your state. Then when you go to the state senator in Washington, D.C. from your same state, see what that senator is doing for that state. Darius Dillon called himself a senator. What has been Darius Dillon's issue as it relates to education? What is he fighting for when it comes to education? What was his platform when he decided to run for senatorial position? What was he fighting for? What did he want? What did he plan to do? All right? What did he plan to do? What did he plan to do? What did he plan to do? Because as far as I'm concerned, Darius Dillon has not done anything positively. He doesn't have a website for you to go and read exactly what Darius Dillon wanted to do while he was running and what he had achieved. There's nothing on Darius Dillon that he has done. Absolutely nothing. These guys need to be able to tell you, we identify these problems, here are the solutions we have provided, and this is where we want to take the country. But when you look at Darius Dillon, all right, when you look at Darius Dillon, what is he doing there? Nothing. So listen to Darius Dillon. You remember, as we go through the different video analysis, I want you to please focus on what the guy have identified as the problem or the issue, what are the solutions, and where he want to take the country. That's the only thing I want you to challenge any political leader in our country. The issue, the solution, and the direction. So when Darius Dillon start to speak, you should imagine the issue in the country. Let me give you an example. The issue of the trash in our county called Mosorado County, where Jefferson Koji is mayor of the city of Monrovia. When last have you seen Darius Dillon meeting Jefferson Koji and say, look, Jeff, this is our county here. I am very concerned about the dirt in this county here. It's part of my agenda that I ran on. What are you doing to make sure that this place be X, Y, and Z? Because I am a senator here. I'm going to reach out to Sir Joseph too. I'm going to ask Sir Joseph, because the health of this community and all the districts across the county and the people who are our partners in the place, it's on my list. When have you seen Darius Dillon coming up with ideas? As senator, do something you fight for. And by doing so, you're educating the people. By doing so, you are educating the people. So let's listen to Darius Dillon And I want you to go in there and understand what he's going to say. Let's listen to him.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Joe, we are one time, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I can't get it off in here. Yeah, yeah. The prince going to come and take care of this, yeah. Yeah, Joe, we are one time, yeah. Yeah, yeah. No more push and drop me in the corner, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so there go Darrell Dillon right there, folks. There you have it. Darrell Dillon is standing on that platform. He's not holding that mic to look at the people in their faces and say to them, for example, for 6 years, I worked hard for you guys in the county. I managed to reach out to CDC, telling them, especially those from the executive level, the mayor, what the county really need. I try to make sure that I present to them solution to the crisis as it relates to having proper education here. I try to reach out to them to ensure that we have proper sanitation here. And I done everything in my way. And none of these things have been able to get the attention of these people. But you guys have helped me assist in getting some of these solutions to the problem that we have. Nothing Dillon has discussed. Guess what he's doing over there? Joe, we have a move. We don't want to sell quash in the town here. But the quash he's talking about, what has he done in his own right as senator? When last have you seen Dillon to come on a press conference and say, look, the issue of the drugs infiltration in this country, I'm very seriously concerned about this. We want to make sure that the security apparatus from the border to all the security agencies, we want to bring them to the Senate for them to actually describe for us, help us understand what we can do if they need to legislate new laws to prevent these things. Because our goal here is to make sure that drugs does not take over this country. When last have you heard Dillon talking about these things? When last? When last? When last have you heard Dillon talking about these things? This guy is just in there for absolutely nothing. He went in there with no identification of any issue in the country, in the county. He had no solution and he got no direction. All he does, let me tell you what Dillon is doing. Dillon is taking the old age problems that have existed in our country. You listen to Joe Boakai. Joe Boakai said they inherited a lot of problems. They did not finish solving that problem. Darrell Dillon, once upon a time living in the Ghana era, used to complain about the same problem across the community. You will imagine that he became senator, and the very problem that he saw, that he rallied, he protested about, he's standing over there today and don't even have one solution to present to the people as to what he did, or all to say, oh, so we are one term. One term for what? What has he done that you, Darrell Dillon, have not solved or put together? Because there are many lawmakers from the opposition. What has Darrell Dillon done to begin to solve some of the problem? Who right now can get ready and say, you know what, this is what Darrell Dillon is trying to do, J. Randy? Darrell Dillon came to office, he proposed this XYZ. Here is the document. Here are video evidence. Darrell Dillon had this conference and he laid out these things. Nothing this guy has done. Absolutely nothing. But all he's doing now is coming out there and telling the people, one term for Sir Joseph, 1 term for the Akara's grave, 1 term for the guy. The only thing I agree with this guy, Darius Dillon, is for Akara's grave to leave him over there. This one, I give it to Darius Dillon. But now the candidate he put him forward. I don't know who that candidate is, but my goal is for Akara's grave to leave that place. And I don't care for them, whether you see this or oil or not, I don't care for them. Akara's grave has done nothing for that community there. I don't care for them. All right? I may disagree with Dillon on many things, but when Dillon said Akara's grave must go, I support Dillon on that one. I support Dillon. As far as Sir Joseph go, that one, now you're going to argue. Wilmot Pay will never ever be Sir Joseph. He just want to just get into that race. But there's no way that Wilmot Pay can be Sir Joseph. Sir Joseph can even go out of town. He will win that election. Those people are not stupid. Sir Joseph has done more for that community from a representative to a senator. There are children who were born with deformity. Sir Joseph has done extremely well. So for Sir Joseph, in my opinion and observation, Sir Joseph is the people's senator. He does not belong to CDC. He belongs to the people of Masorado County. And they know it and they understand it. But because they want to put forward somebody against him, because they have to represent, but it's not going to do anything. And even Darius Dillon has been a beneficiary of the humanitarian work and services that Sir Joseph has done in our community. He knows that. He knows that. Keep listening to Dillon here. Keep listening to Dillon.
Thank you. You're taking our area. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, gentlemen of my head. On behalf of the rescue mission, we'd like to pay special tribute and condolences to the civilians who sadly passed away as a result of the accident. May their souls rest in peace. Hello, gentlemen. Now listen. Here is what we're going to do. 3 districts in Masorado County equal the entire Southeast host. And Masorado County got over 800,000 votes. I am challenging district number 8 to give us the highest votes in Masorado County.
Now, folks, do you blame Darius Dillon for making that noise? No. And Sedisha, I'm very happy that Darius Dillon is out there making that kind of, boisterous remarks. I'm happy that Darius Dillon is out there saying that, the entire Southeastern vote is just part of the Masorado district offices or community vote. Why? Because it was sedition who started complaining to their fellow sedition who turned their backs when Dillon was running for the second time. What did God keep calling me? I'm busy, right? Let me see here. Hold on there. Joe, what's up, my man? I'm live. Yeah, I just sent you the link. I'm live. All right. Sorry there, folks. Somebody was calling me here. All right. Darius Dillon today is right to say what he's saying. He's right to do what he's doing because it was sedition protest vote that got him elected. And do you think sedition are listening today? No. The same Randy you see sitting out here before you guys, when this man was about to take on Thomas Farah, I told you guys that this guy name was not voting. So you shouldn't get very Dillon. You guys the one that made who Dillon is today. And you think I would overlook that? No. Somebody spoke about Margot Gilmore here. Did Margot Gilmore recognize that DeLong was going to win the election, and he ever came out to say, you know what, they think getting very serious here? No. Margot Gilmore saw the critical part of things. He kept quiet. So you think DeLong is not in the right now to say they must defeat CDC? Of course. It was sedition who put him there. CDC owned Mosorado County. It was Joe Weah territory. How come DeLong just come and take over CDC territory? Because there were people in the CDC administration that refused to listen to some of us. They refused to listen to some of us. And that's why come today, DeLong is out there. So on the platform here, we'll talk the good, the bad, the ugly, and the mistake. And then we'll provide the corrective action. So DeLong is right to say what he's saying right now because of the missed opportunity to listen to the rightful people. So let's listen to DeLong here.
Good. Another. We will do it. 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 Thank you. Thank you. We want to replace John Weah in his day so that in the 100 days of President Joseph Boakai's presidency, we will order John Weah them so that we can hold them accountable.
Okay, so he's not telling you what Joseph Boakai has done in the past. He's not talking about Joseph Boakai record. You see, what the guys are doing in the Unity Party camp, they understand the suffering of the people because the people out there in a crowd cannot tell you that Joseph Boakai under any administration actually solved the people problem. There were problems that were still lingering in our country when Joseph Boakai was vice president to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. There were problems lingering in our country when Samuel Kanyando was head of state and president. For 12 years, Joseph Boakai and Ellen did not reduce the problems. They were still existing. And that's the reason why they voted Joseph Boakai out. And there will still be problem even after this election. So what the guys in the Unity Party are doing, as you can see from Darius DeLong, they are playing on the emotion of the people suffering. The same people were complaining in 2006 to 2016 about the problem in the country, right? Did you ever hear Ellen or Boakai saying, we have reduced the people problems? No. Those people continue. That's what they did. Let's go back to an interesting video here. Let me show you guys one interesting video here so that you can get to see what I'm talking about here. All right? These guys got no message. What they are doing is they are playing on the Liberian people intelligence. That is what they are doing. They are playing on the Liberian people intelligence. And if you don't understand these things, you will not be able to realize what is happening here. And then we are here to help you guys understand what I'm trying to say here right now. Let me see whether I got that video here for you guys. I believe this is the video here, or if not, it should be the other one. All right. So let's look at the video right here. All right. So this was Joseph Boakai with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in 2000.
Set President on Judy Bryant. For other Judy.
Okay, so this is one of the voters back in the days. All right. And I want you to listen. I want you to listen. What he's about to say. Listen. Remember, this election is about the problems that we call the issue, the solution, and the direction. Listen to the young man here.
Brian died and all of the rest of her ministers were just transferred to another ministry for corruption. I see the election to be very critical. And one thing I should tell the Liberian people is to get the United Party out of Liberia completely, because they are people like the demonic forces that are hanging over Liberia, trying to suck our blood and destroy our children and great-grandchildren future. They are. I'm talking to say that I'm very bad because you talk about the man they call Joseph Boakai in today's way. I'm against it totally. I'm against the entire United Party. Let government. So meaning you're saying no to Joe, right? No to Joseph Boakai. No to the United Party. Let it go our way. Let it live up. Let us live our peaceful life. Let our children go to school happily. And let Papa come home with black plastic bag filled with rice, pepper, chicken soup, and let the children be happy.
So there you have it. You heard the man angrily expressing himself. What do you think he was expressing himself for? The 12-year early administration did not provide any sustainable solution along with Joseph Boakai. So the problem was still there. So now when DeLong take to the platform and telling you George Weah must go, why should George Weah go? If Darrell DeLong believed that Joseph Boakai on Ellen managed to help solve most of the problem, what do you think DeLong is supposed to be saying on that platform? Look at the people in the face and say, you remember when Joe Boakai was with Ellen for 12 years? And you see how good life was at that time for you guys? Now look at how difficult things are today. He's not going to say that. They're taking the same problems and now reform the problem, and they're making it their own and giving it back to the people as energy to go against George Weah and them. But guess what? When DeLong was hanging out with Ellen, when Boakai was hanging out with Ellen, they were not part of the problem. I mean, they were part of the problem, but they were not experiencing the hard time. Remember, when Ellen was in office, DeLong, Boakai, and all the guys in Boakai camp, they were part of the problem, but not complaining about the problems. Because the Liberian said they were what? They were enjoying, they were having good time. The same people you see they talking to over there were the same people that were complaining that things were hard, but they were with Weah. Now, Weah managed to get most of them to get them out of office. Some of them had turned around because they think that things are not right. Now, DeLong then coming back with Boakai then and say, you know what, we are part of you guys. But the question here is, when they were in power with Ellen, what did they do to reduce the people problem? They had no record. They got no record to show, to say, you know what, during Ellen time, yeah, what the people got. Yeah, what the people got. Yeah, what we did. Yeah, what Boakai did. Yeah, what Boakai did. That means that they are not running on any record because the problem existed for 12 years. They never found solution to the problem. The direction of the country remained unchanged. So when you listen to DeLong telling you, we want move George Weah, we must do this, it means that they never solved the problem to begin with. But because they are now considering themselves to be victims of the problem, when in fact, when they were there for 12 years, they were the one who created the problem, they are using the emotion of the people. That means that they are using the punishment they put on the people and trying to turn it in their favor by firing all the people to go after George Weah. That's why they will tell you, Sir Joseph must go, Weah must go. But they're not telling you what the people had done. Let's listen to DeLong again, folks.
In the first 100 days, we will be expecting, in the first 100 days, we will expect that President Joseph Boakai will issue a strong instruction against push and drug abuse in this country.
Okay, so the question here is, what policy did Ellen and Joseph Boakai put in place for 12 years that we are a government official has broken that opened the floodgate of drugs in the country? Can they don't tell you right now and say, look, when Ellen was president, we had zero tolerance on this, zero that. No, but he telling you now, when Joseph Boakai, he using the conditional word, when Joseph Boakai becomes, he now say, you see what we did with drugs issue? You see it? The reason here is they are afraid to run on Eden record because Eden record did nothing for the Liberian people. And Joe Boakai got no record of solving problems in our country. That is why DeLon is speaking the way he's speaking. But you know what? The challenge there is how many Liberians right now are listening to what I'm telling you. I can guarantee you that there will be many mistakes that will be made. And the problem will continue because the refusal of many Liberians to listen to the right thing. Many of your brothers and sisters that live in the diaspora, they don't give a damn about what I'm saying because you know what? In the white mainland, the people here, they vote on issue. They discuss this issue. And that issue they put discussing, we all benefit from it in the white mainland. But when it comes to many Liberians joining the conversation to help reduce the misinformation that is being given to our people, they are having less and less interest because they don't live in the country. Their problems are being solved by the white man. You follow me on that? Let's make progress. So if you ask me whether I think there will be a possibility of the people understanding the right message, no. Not going to be a possibility. So let's listen to this man and get the book out here.
We want to remove George Weah and the gang from over this country so that when we, the lawmakers, looking at the budget, we will look at that budget for you and not just for us.
So, speaking about budget, what did Henry Costa say yesterday? 66. Who approved the budget? The Senate. Who approved this? The Senate. Who presided over it? Boakai. But let the man over there telling you. When La Hadara Delon taken to a town hall trip across the 17th district to discuss about the budgetary issue, Delon said he was going to give people $4,000 back to the government, right? That's what he told the people. Where is that track record of Delon giving things back to the people? Where is it? You see, this conversation can only be discussed on the platform here because here we don't take side with things. We tell you the truth. We tell you the truth. We don't take side with things here. Many of the platforms that are ran by sedition, they don't bring these things up. The platform that carry George Weah message, they praise George Weah more than discussing the issue. And that's the problem with the CDC platform. They should be about the issue, forget about praising Toy, forget about praising Weah, be about the issue. But then the people would understand that this election will be about the issue. But through all you praise George Weah, you praise George Weah, you praise George Weah, fine. But make sure the people understand the issue. Compare and contrast. When Dara Delon tell you that they did things with the budget, where is the record that show that during Ellen time, they adequately handle the budget? When people in Ellen administration, Amara Condon and other ministers are getting 35 to 40,000, Delon is in the house. The highest wage bill, it go toward the legislatures because they say that they want to take care of the people problem. And that the men want to come here now and tell you guys that when we become there, go and let somebody show you the budget. How much the legislature are getting? Gas slip, moving expensive. How much they getting? 12, 15,000 they getting. And that the men standing up there and telling the people, oh, when the time comes, because most of the guys who are in the CDC camp, they are no different from some of the guys who are in the opposition camp. They will defend George Weah, they will defend Minister Toy and other, but they will not discuss this issue because the issue is what's supposed to open the people's minds. There's nothing that Delon is saying over there when you explain to the Liberian people for them to understand about the lies that Delon is telling, because the issue of high budget going toward the legislature are part of the reason why some other sectors are underperforming, because they want it all. They want it all. And the evidence is clear out there. Let's listen to Dylan for the last time and bring Boakai in.
We want to remove George Weah and the gang from over this country so that you, the young people, can start there to and be going to work.
He's not giving no reason. Oh. He's not giving no reason. We want to remove George Weah so that you, the people. He's not saying, you know what? George Weah failed to do X, Y, and Z. But guess what? They Boakai men Y7 with Ellen. They did A, B, C, and D. He's not telling the people. That means that they got nothing, no message for the people. They are only invoking the emotion of the people. That's what they're doing. They're invoking the emotion of the people. And like somebody tells me, but man, you see now, back in the days, when people wanted to get into fight, the man would put his hand in the sand and put it there. And do hand there. The other man can't knock it. Oh, my man, you see now, the man go, now your man red. Oh, now your man food down. My man, nothing happened to me. You're not going to boop. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They are not presenting any historical performance of Joe Boakai to the people of Liberia. They're not doing that. They are essentially lying to the people. That's what they're doing. If this 6 years has been about the issue, whatever we are able to accomplish, if all the talk show hosts that support the CDC were focusing on the issue and not just praising George Weah, by this time, Liberians will know the difference. Because whenever you bring the issue up, you should look at Ellen for 6 years. When it comes to education, Ellen did not do well in education. But look what Weah had done. Look at Weah 6 years, look at Ellen 6 years. Look at the health sector, look at the security, look at this. No. But it wouldn't have been praising. Carrasco then get ready, they dancing over there, he and Finabono there, trying to flex muscles. No. You must be able to show the people. This is not about breaking rights. It's about finding solution to the problems. That is the problem with CDC today. They come out, they won't be flexing muscles. No. Election is about solving the problems of the people. But Segu Carrasco dancing with Finabono, what is it going to do for the people? That is an opportunity for Delon to come and say, oh, these people are not smart people. The voters are very, illiterate, or how do you call it, or politically illiterate. We're going on their emotions. Look, you see Parago dancing over there. You see Eugene Nambe eating over there. And you're hungry? Yes. But what CDC should be saying? Well, the people are telling you they're hungry when they were there for 12 years. What did they do for you? You tell me you're on any 12 years, did you complain about anything or did you not complain about something? So who are they to come and tell you that we're solving problem here? I mean, we're not solving problem, we're creating problem. They left the problem and we're trying to solve the problem. So the election should be about the issue. When you discuss the issue with the people, you give the people reason to look at what Boakai had done for 12 years, what we had done for 6 years. The people will see it. They will feel it. You're speaking to the people as the same way Delon is speaking to the people. But the difference that Delon, they are using strategy to lie to the people. People are only praising George Weah or trying to flex themselves by dancing. No, that will not work for the people because the people are emotionally charged right now. They need facts that will cool them down. So you think Delon don't know what he's doing? Remember, Delon been around for a long time. He's been around for a long time. They got no message. They have no message for the people.
Hello, my people. We want to remove George Weah and the gang from over this country so that the old people can have peace in their old age and the babies can have future in this country. We want to remove...
Okay, so you want to remove George Weah so the old people. But so what did Ellie and Boakai do for the old people? Call on Dara Delon. Delon, yes. Tell me in your county here, what are you doing for the old people here? Boakai, tell us what you and Ellen did for the old people here. Let's look at our records. You were there for 12 years. Are you now seeing the problem here now? No. If y'all make the election about the issue, it's easy to defeat Joseph Boakai. Because you're dealing with a guy who been there for 12 years and want to come back to tell people that they got problems. Unless you don't understand election engineering that deal with the issue. Joseph Boakai has been there for 12 years. So whatever they don't say over there, don't let they don't want slap by. Say, look, Delon, I respectfully disagree with you. Everything you're saying here right now, Delon, can you show the record of what Ellen and Boakai did? Let as soon as we are, they not open no O for whom. What? O for whom? Boakai then open up along with Ellen. Show it to us. Everything they will say, you ask them for proof. It's just you walking out of Walmart. You got television, you got printer, you got everything the message should be the receipt. You will show it. So whatever they say on the campaign trail, go back to them. Print we are record. And ask them for it.
George, we are again for over this country so that you as citizens can benefit from your country through the system and not because you are partisan.
So now you'll be able to understand the question now, right? So Delon here, the Boakai you're talking about here now, would you mind giving me the statistics as to how many Liberians benefited under he and Ellen for 12 years? Well, let's assume that what you're saying about we are is true, right, Boakai? I mean, Darrell Delon. But give us statistics. Show us where Ellen gave more opportunity than George Weah that should be a reason why the people should vote for Joseph Boakai. You see, Delon is presenting Boakai, and Boakai himself is presenting himself if to say that they never participated in any government activities. How they doing it? They are using the hardship of the people. The very people they disenfranchised for 12 years. All right? Let's listen to another video and we'll come back, we'll go to Joe Boakai. All right? Let's listen to another video here. All right? Listen to this one here. All right? Listen to this one during Boakai time.
Yes, Loretta, we have one fan this government. The Joe May is talking about as a land job with this government for the 2 years. For the 2 years, not small years. And then there is nothing I can show like grand people. So for that reason, we are not.
You see how the people, common people out there understand the issue more than some of you guys that are running We Are campaign. You're fucked up. All right, you're fucked up. You yell a little over there. There's nothing he can show. Those people know the problem in their community. They know the solution. And they're telling you what the guy had not done. So when you listen to someone that Darrell Delon, this girl can better relate. There's nothing Joe Boakai did. She's telling you right now, they say he been in office for the years. Nothing he has been able to show us. The people in the street need the answer. These guys that got a bigger platform, they are misrepresenting the government. They're sending the wrong messages out there. My role here is to come and tell you. What I'm showing you guys is what we call the deviation. That is the mistakes. That's why the boatman called deviation. That's what I'm giving you guys. These are the mistakes that Prince Sherry, Michael Gilman, and all the other guys that support the city government, these are the mistakes they're making. Because when Liberians start to hear this thing in here, what the girl just said, you think it would give Delon any reason to go out and say, Joe, we are going to go? No, because that girl will not allow her emotion that she incurred on her Ellen for 12 years of suffering for Delon to come out and say, we are must go. Because what she will say again, let's listen to her here again. Let's go back and listen to her. Listen to her.
One fan this government. The Joe May is talking about as a land job with this government for the 2 years. For the 2 years, not small years. And then there is nothing I can show like grand people. So
there you go. So let's go back to Delon now. Let's go back to Delon right now. All right?
So we are again for this country. President Joseph Boakai will never go dedicate one small machine to GFK and party.
So you see there? So that's how you counter these guys. That's how you destroy these guys. That's how you destroy these guys. You see, when my man Tunis and I ran this election in 2017, we were so tactical. We were so strategic. We presented the issue with Josh Weah against the opposition. If Tunis and I were running the election, Delon would not sit over there. Because when the people listen to my man Tunis and myself breaking this thing down, you listen to that lady right now, right? She said, Boakai had been water for 20 whatever year and nothing he had done. And you can't listen to Darrell Delon. Let's go to Boakai himself, all right? Let's go to Boakai himself. Let's go to Boakai himself, all right? So let's go to Boakai himself.
Iffy about what bearing it has on the economy and your life. And that's because we've dealt with it before. We've worked before. So Liberians, we want to give you hope. God gave hope to you, but it put leadership in charge.
Okay. What leadership are you going to put in charge, Joe Boakai? What leadership? What leadership is he going to put in charge? What has he done? Joe Boakai should be running on his record right now, right? Whatever the girl is saying. Let's come back to the girl here right now. Let's come back to the lady here. Let's come back to the lady here again and listen to her, and then we'll come back to Joe Boakai. All right? In fact, let's start from the beginning here. Let's start from the beginning and listen to this guy right here. All right? Let's listen to the people right here. Ready? Go.
Nothing for our country. So let it go back to the place. They will not get one vote here. We tire today, we tire tomorrow.
I'm Jackson William. You see, my brother, this is a little business that I made to support my 5 children. During the year 2005, Madam Seri told us that they were going to be.
Listen, the guy is giving you a historical timeline that clearly identify what the problems, right? So he telling you in 2005, and you know in 2005 is when Ellen Johnson said it, of all people along with Boakai say, hey, we are here to solve your problem. So this guy believed in them that time. So let's listen to the guy's story now. Come 12 years later. Let's listen to him now.
Free primary education, especially compared free primary education. And he told us there will be a lot of job facility and company than ever before. And she said also there was going to be a stop to corruption, and corruption was going to be her worst enemy.
You hear that? So this guy is telling you that Ellen came while the 3 things we talk about in the election. Identify the problems, provide a solution, and gave the direction of the country, right? So you listen to this guy. He clearly listed things that Ellen presented to them along with Boakai, that these things are what we're going to solve for you guys. And the guy said, you know what? We are thanks, but no thanks. This 2005 election, I'm giving it to Ellen. I'm not angry. I'm giving it to Ellen. I'm giving it to Ellen. Because she clearly identified the problem, and we know in my mind, as a man who really measure things, what she listed here are things that relate to my condition and my children. But is that true? Let's listen to what Ellen and Boakai did to these people.
And I think she set precedent on Judy Bryant. But after Judy Bryant died and all of the rest of her ministers were just transferred to another ministry for corruption, I see the election to be very critical. And one thing I should tell the Liberian people is to get the United Party out of Liberia complete.
Why you think he's so emotional like that? Because Ellen then lied to these people. Boakai then lied to the people. And that the Boakai men today that's standing on the platform over there. The men listed all the things that Boakai and Ellen promised to do for them. But after 12 years, nothing came to fruition. Now only is he saying that they should now vote for the Unity Party. He said they should get them out of the country. And the Boakai man coming back over there today. And the reason why Boakai is not telling you about what he and Ellen did as a record to march against George Weah. Because Boakai should be telling everyone that he come across about what they did in the agricultural sector, what they did in the educational sector, the health, and say, look, for 6 years, our record was better than Weah record. Look at our record. For 2 years, for 12 years, oh, you can forget it. We quadruple things. The people were not complaining. But Boakai then coming back to tell you that, oh, in 100 days we'll do this. Boakai, when you were there, Joe Biden, let me repeat myself, Joe Biden of the United States campaigned on Obama record. He never touched Obama record on the ground. When you see Joe Boakai telling you that he and Ellen, he blamed Ellen for everything, Joe Boakai is essentially lying to you. Let's go back to something else again. So we'll come back to this guy. Let's come to Joe Boakai here. This is Joe Boakai right here, right? Watch Joe Boakai during Ellen time.
That signed a $257 million Millennium Challenge Corporation compact at the U.S. State Department. He said part of the money will be used on infrastructure projects such as electricity and roads, which is key to Liberia's development. He added that the compact is very significant because it is also about
governance, and it does underscore the fact that we are trying to do our best.
Hearing? We are trying to do our best. But yesterday interview, Joe Boakai is saying that he blamed Ellen on everything. But yeah, Joe Boakai, the old man sent him on a mission to go and sign for some ma. And he defended that ma by saying what he's saying now. Then he turned around yesterday and said he blamed the old man. You see, Joe Boakai and Ellen were giving a lot of money to change the life of the people. But like the man said, they squander a lot of opportunity. They squander a lot of opportunity. And that's the man today will want to come and tell you this thing here.
And that leadership must be conscious of the need of the people.
Conscience?
If that leadership is not conscious, it's all they're talking about chartering planes, going around, singing.
So why is he not telling the people out there? You know, Joe Boakai should have a very good story to tell. Look, gentlemen, we are then doing this thing here, but remember our time? Remember our time was just 12 years ago. The other 6 years, 18 years ago. You remember our time? What was our time? Who out there? Who can I recognize? Come here and tell me what we did for you during our time. The people can say that. Remember, these people here, these people, when Boakai was denied in 2017, it was because of these people.
Because they are people like the demonic forces that is really over Liberia, trying to suck our blood and destroy our children and great-grandchildren future. They are. I'm talking to say that I'm very bad because you talk about the man they call Joseph Boakai in today's way. I'm against it totally. I'm against the entire Unity Party. Let government.
So meaning you are saying no to Joe, right?
No to Joseph Boakai. No to the Unity Party. Let it go our way. Let it live up. Let us live our peaceful life. Let our children go to school happily. And let Papa come home with black plastic bag filled with rice, pepper, chicken soup, and let the children be happy.
So you see that? Joseph Boakai, while he was trying to run on Ellen record in 2017, the guy you just listened to listed things that he and Ellen promised them. And not even a bag with chicken soup in it they ever got. They were essentially lied to. And then Joseph Boakai sat down for 6 years. And now it's the same Joseph Boakai that want to tell you this crap.
Children pushing them to push. What they want to do is to destroy you so their children can go to foreign schools.
So then what did they do for the very people who were children when they took over 12 years ago? What story can Joseph Boakai tell the people listening and say, you see what we did for your parents? Which one of you guys that benefited from this program here? Raise your hand. Who out there that benefited from the other program? Raise your hand. You see those people raising their hand there? Yeah, Honor Ellie and I, 12 years. We changed the life of those people. We got their children in school. No. Joe Boakai is presenting himself as someone who never participated with Ellen to destroy that country. Until sedition discussed the issue by comparison, Joe Boakai then will use the suffering they put on the people for 12 years and turn it around and present themselves who created the problem as the victim of the joy we are on the very people. That's what they're trying to do because they're not running on their record. They are not running on their record because they got no record to run on. Let's listen to Boakai again.
And we are saying, this is your country, this is where your life is, and we will be under obligation. I am saying to all persons, when you come to GMB government, you better come with clean hands.
You see the trick he playing there? When you come to JMB government, why isn't he seeing when you come to the Unity Party government? Because Joe Boakai know that Jay Randy sitting here, when he say come to the Unity Party government, Jay Randy will say, but what did the Unity Party do to the people when the people said let Joe go? He's trying to recuse himself or cut away. But let's see again.
We have one fan this government. The Joe made he put talking about as a land Joe ruled this government for the 2 years.
So even if Joe tried to exclude himself from the Unity Party, this girl is telling you that Joe cannot exclude himself because he part and parcel of what has happened for the past 12 years. So when Joe come out and tell you, say, oh, under the Joe government, this guy is countering that thing, that he's lying because he part of the problem that they created already. Listen to her again, folks.
For the 2 years, that's more years. And then there is nothing that you can show like brand people. So for that reason, we are not satisfied with Joe. We want him no more again. Even when I offer Joe, he offered to work there. I'm not satisfied because he is corrupted. The whole government is corrupted. For one fact, right now, our children, you see, younger than me, I say you go here. When you go to the school house, you say you want to go see your child to school, my dear. The money that will force it, the money why you can up to or TV or theater. So again, market will make it so even pay our children's school fee. Again, manage him, my dear. So for everything we tire.
That's it there, folks. That's it there. That's it right there. That's it right there. So what can Joe tell the Liberian people that they don't know? It only takes someone who understands the calculus, the chemistry, and the election engineering strategy to destroy Joe Boakai. These people, they saw what Joe Boakai then did in 12 years, and nothing came out of it. Let's listen to Joe Boakai for the last time.
Because we're not going to allow people to steal people's money and live early. You work, you earn. But it's to build the life of these people that stand there to put you in office. They are the ones giving you the job. When you vote for people, you're giving them a job. And I don't know whether people are now ashamed to steal from those people who are under you, who serve you. You take their per dime, you eat it. You take their salaries for yourself, you reduce. When you work, you want your salary to increase. But for your salary to, what if you are making $500 a month and you went to the bank and took loan? And you told the bank, I'm making $500, the bank said, all right, every month we take $200. And the president come and reduce our salary to $300. How are you going to pay that loan? How are you going to pay? How are you going to pay? This is a harmless move, and these are the kind of harmless people who want to remove. Don't take them for fun, because if you take them for fun, you're doing it to yourself. And when you are hurt, we are hurt. Because most of the people don't go to them, they come to us. Because when the big people build their houses, put their fences, you can't get there. They go to people who feel sorry for them. We don't want people who feel sorry for you. We want people to respect you. Respect you by what you do. They give you profession. You can work, get paid, and your children will say, yeah, our daddy has come, our mother has come. If you don't do that, come October 10th, you're cheating yourself. You're not cheating me. You're cheating yourself. They can do.
So do you really believe what he just said right now? Do you believe that? We are quite aware with the late child Walker Bronskin and Costa mentioned. We got all the video here. I'm just looking at some of them, but I'm not going to provide everything for you guys. Some of you guys who follow me will know. Joe Boakai office was receiving more money than the college that was in his own county. The late child Walker Bronskin even mentioned that. Costa got all the audios and the documentation. And the documents are out there through the budget. Ellen administration paid government officials the highest salary. What did Mr. Weah do when he came to office? Because Ellen had abundance money, she decided to pay lucrative amount of money to her public officials. When the government came to power of George Weah, they had a choice to lay people off because of the lack of money they were receiving. That is ailing them. They had a choice to say, you know what, we got to cut jobs, and it's common. You can lay off people due to insufficient income. But the burden that ailing them left with George Weah, that decision about the salary harmonization, it's not Samuel Toa doing. It was a recommendation from the IMF that in order for you to keep these people on the job, you have to do restructuring of the salary. It shows that early them only keen to benefit themselves and never to put salary in place. So it was based on that time that they decided to trim people's salary down. Would you rather be laid off or to have a salary adjustment? That's what happened. But because these guys who campaign for George Weah are not able to explain these things to the people to get a clear understanding, that is the reason why Joe Boakai is sitting over there and talking about budget and stuff. Let's listen to Henry Costa here and Joe Boakai here again. All right? Send Joe Boakai talking about budget. Let's listen to Henry Costa here and Joe Boakai here again, folks. Let's listen. We just listened to that yesterday, right? Let's listen to Henry Costa here again.
And then, of course, the entire population that eats fish. We all are going to suffer. And yet, the senators that should be advocating for the Liberian people's interests, where are they? They are all with Joe Boakai.
Jumping.
19 of them are with Joe Boakai. And they're saying, we want the continuation of this. What the president has given up, all of our resources, 66 bad concession agreements. Joe Boakai, as head of the Senate, the man who approves the agenda of the Senate. Now, folks, something you all need to know that you don't know. You know who's the head of the Liberian Senate? Joseph Yuma Boakai. You know who approves the agenda for discussion, the things that the Senate does? Joseph Boakai. He approves the Senate's agenda. Everything, all the bad concessions, all the bad government deals that they can do, that can go to the Senate for ratification. Who presides? Joe Boakai. Who approves the agenda? Joe Boakai. He does everything. When I hear some of you say he's an honest old man, he is just as wicked and good for nothing as Aaron. And yet some of you backplay and say you won't vote for him. You want the continuation of what's going on in the country. Now, what I don't understand from the Joe Boakai people, when you ask them, Joe Boakai is with Ellie. He, as president of the Senate, has helped to pass bad laws. He has helped to ratify bad concessions. Yes, he does not vote. But who presides? He does.
Because I will consider him as the eye of the president at the Senate. He's the eye of the president at the Senate.
He approves the budget, the agenda. He does everything. And that's why 19 senators support him, because they are all in the scene. They are partners in crime. And they all standing together. And a vote for Boakai is a vote to continue the evil that's been happening, that's been meted out against the Liberian people for the last 11.5 years. Do you know what it means? So with one signature from an evil 78-year-old woman, you basically put to risk the food security of the Liberian people. 65% of our protein comes from what? Fish. 65% of our diet, the food we eat, the protein we have in it comes from fish. And then with one signature, and with the blessing of Joe Boakai and the legislature, the acquiescence and the complicity, Ellen seeks to destroy the Liberian people yet again. Let's go to the phone lines and take some calls. And hear what you got to say. Let me hear what the defenders of Joe Boakai have to say. This is the evil that's happening. And you have to wait for international people to tell you that the government... Let me just read for you what the people wrote in this thing here. How the government does not have interest in its people. Just imagine that. For an international organization to tell you that the government does not care about the interests of its people. I'm going to read this for you. The EJF, this is the Environmental Justice Foundation Executive Director Steve Trent said, quote, by removing the 6 nautical mile limit, the Liberian government is favoring short-term economic interests over the needs of its people. Did you just hear that? By halving, this is HALVRNG, by halving or by cutting in half from 6 to 3 nautical miles, the government of Liberia, according to the EJF, favors making money over the interests of its people. Ellen doesn't care what your children eat in their diet. She doesn't care whether they get kwashiorkor and big stomachs, and whether they are undernourished and malnourished, because when they lack protein in their food, they get undernourished. And a good chunk of Liberians are undernourished. So Ellen say, you all Liberian people can go to hell. And you think Joe Boakai cares? He does not care. He's basic campaigning. And he doesn't care about this because they all benefit. Because when James Colley, that cook, now when you go to the market to buy fish and you don't find fish at an affordable price, or you don't find fish at all, think of few people. Think of Ellen first, and then think of James Colley. James F. Colley at the LMA, he's the one, I'm told, who encouraged the president, because after he got approached by some of these industrial fishermen, these people with the large vessels, they offered them money, and they said, James Colley, you can make it happen. Push the old man, then she will take it from the Ministry of Agriculture and bring it to you so that you can be getting all the license, then you'll be eating your little thing. These buggers don't care. They are so wicked. The wickedness in this country is so much. And that is why you people suffer. And all of you who are supporting the people to continue the wickedness, may God strike you. May God deal with you like he did to Saul when you were on your way to Damascus. Yes. May he make you blind and then restore your sight. You know,
So that's what's going to happen to the London. And that's what's going to happen to the people who are supporting Joe Boakai. They know what they did to that country. But the message is not being presented the way it should be presented to the people of Liberia. Yesterday, Joe Boakai said something about Liberia being 196 years old. Somebody was absolutely right when they made that prediction. And based on that person's prediction, I myself here, there are many times that I have asked for Joseph Boakai mental evaluation to determine his mental stability, and people have been insulting me. But there's one guy, you might know this guy, who said something about Joe Boakai. And boy, he was right. Let's listen to him right now.
knowing that 2023 you'll be tired.
Okay.
Knowing that 2023 you'll be tired, you will have a good heart, a good everything good, but the brain is going down.
Is he wrong? This guy is not wrong. And by the way, who is that guy over there? All right? That guy was not wrong. This guy was speaking in the past, long time ago. And he made a fair prediction that by 2023, Joe Boakai brain will be gone. And you guys saw the interview yesterday. You saw the mistake the old man made. So this guy is right. But that's why we keep asking Joe Boakai to present his medical evaluation to determine his own understanding. All right? So we'll hold down here for now, folks. And I would like to say a big thank you to every one of you guys for giving us the opportunity to provide the services that we do provide here all the time. Please, we have our cash app here. I know most of you guys are a little bit stretched, but we provide essential tools here. We're not getting help from anybody here. Everything we're doing here, we're doing it by ourselves. Yes. My sister Emily, you out there, if you don't mind, please post our cash app so those who will feel sorry for us can send all their late donation. Yes. So my sister Emily, if you're out there, please post our cash app. Let me let it up here, because we are not being sponsored by anybody here. We are doing everything. Those who send all their late thing, they don't want us to announce their names, but I just want to appreciate them for what they do here. Coming here and bringing all this information, we're not going to benefit. We never benefit in the beginning, but the only thing we're doing here is to ensure that the Liberian people get the rightful message so that they can be able to make an informed decision. Yes. So there go the cash app here. Let me tell my brother, thank you very much. So this is our cash app here. We just want to appeal to you guys. All right, we are giving you essential information that will help you to make an informed decision. And you know, the people who we campaigned for in 2017, they enjoy everything. They never look at us to say, oh, thank you very much. But we understand. And you know, we're dealing with a society of people that we see as people who are still struggling. But we cannot give up because Joe Boakai is not the future of that country. He has failed many generations. And just because people who are in authority don't care for us, we just have to make sure that we look at what we call our civic duty. Yes, our civic duty or our civil duty is to be able to help out. So whatever your hands can lay on, there go our cash app, all right? That is our cash app over there. So whatever you can send, all right? Just look at Dapo 2065. I believe that is it. Yeah, I think it's Dapo 2065. Yes, so whatever you can lay on your hands, please don't forget to share with us. We will appreciate you for that. So that's something that we look forward to. Yes, so yes, my brother got it right there. My mother got it right. But there where we are. So we'll leave you with Jeremiah Kuhn here. All right, we'll leave you with Mr. Kuhn. Let's listen to Mr. Kuhn a little bit. And then we'll be calling it a day. Tomorrow, we'll not be on tomorrow. We hope to be back on Friday.
You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him pamper. Every day I gotta buy a pamper. There's a man who bought me pamper before. I'm buying pamper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he said, he said, when you run for one term. He said, I agree with him.
But what more he lost?
2023? No, I disagree.
Okay. So there you have it. Jeremiah Kuhn is disagreeing with Joe Boakai. So the question I want to leave with you guys, do you think Jeremiah Kuhn understands that Joe Boakai will not be an effective leader, and he has figured out things between he and Prince Johnson and say, put me there. I already made a prediction that it will not be correct. This is the only opportunity we can get to make ourselves better. I would say yes, I believe that. So I would like to say thank you to you guys so much for the opportunity. Let me just enjoy myself, my little music here. I will see you guys again, all right? Good night to everyone. Bye. Don't forget to share the video, guys. Share the video. Share it. We are doing everything here by ourselves. God bless you guys. J. Randy is out of here.